Today, why routine saves men from relapse and 5 tools to start today. Welcome to Sacred Grit, a podcast equipping men to conquer addiction and overcome inner struggles through physical, mental, and spiritual disciplines so you can become a man of honor and integrity. I'm Jason Lyle. Now let's get to work. Today you'll learn recovery is built in the reps, not the big moments. Daily practices regulate your nervous system and reset your brain. And routine turns chaos into stability, one gritty step at a time. This episode is brought to you by Adventures in Recovery, Air, Georgia. All right, my dude, let's put some rubber on the road this morning. Sunday, I told you about how I struggled in early recovery. I mean, it was literally a mind fuck just to get up and move through the day. I mean, I felt like I was drudging through molasses, man, with no reason to get out of the bed. And the life I left behind was calling me back. Like I felt like I would die if I didn't go to it. And the anxiety and depression were so overwhelming. But what saved my ass were the practices that I teach. And, you know, it's routine. And I mean, I kind of drive these things home. And there's a reason why, because the practices taught me how to regulate my nervous system, and routine drove that nail home in my recovery. Now, it wasn't easy, but one step at a time, I crawled out of the hole I'd made for myself. And here's the thing. I mean, you know this inherently. If you've ever done anything that you got good at, I mean, you know, football, in high school, maybe you learned how to play golf, or maybe you learned a musical instrument. You didn't get better without the reps, my dude, because it's in the practice where life changes, not some aha moment out of the blue. You got to train your mind, body, and soul to choose what's most loving toward yourself. That's how you stay sober. That's how it happens. You don't learn things by mistake. You learn things by repetition. All right. Now let me give you the tools. So here's what I would just say, man. To start off, in the morning, make this thing doable. Don't make it so hard. You know, a lot of guys live off this idea that if a little's good, a lot is better. That's not so much here, right? Here I want you to just start with something. And here's where I would tell you to start. Ground yourself, right? Start your day with, if you look up sun salutations on YouTube, you'll get them, right? Sun A. Let's just look sun salutation A. Do 3 or 5 of them. I mean, or just some light stretching, but feel your body. The reason why I want you to learn how to feel your body, and the reason why I do yoga, is triggers begin in the body. Right? That gut feeling, that heart feeling, that hair stands up on the back of your neck, your heartbeat goes up, right? Your triggers begin in your body. That is your first line of defense to catch them. You catch those triggers by learning how to feel your body. Next thing I want you to do is breath work. I do Wim Hof breath work, 3 rounds every morning. It takes 10 minutes. Now, what that 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathwork does, and if you'll email me down there in the show notes, I'll send you a recording of me leading the breathwork. I'll be glad to send it to you. But 3 rounds of the breath work starts to train your autonomic nervous system to sit with discomfort, number one, but also it teaches you how to control your impulse to breathe. Now, listen, my brother, if you can learn how to control your impulse to breathe, you can learn how to control your impulse to smoke cigarettes, smoke meth, look at porn, eat the food, whatever. You start learning how to widen your window of tolerance inside your autonomic nervous system. I'm not going to explain all the science on the podcast, but you have literally wired your brain how to automatically do something. So when you move away from it, it's almost like the same mechanism is trying to not breathe. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I'm trying to teach you how to do, is how to control your breath. There's a lot of science behind this, and I'd be glad to teach it to you. And just don't have time on a podcast. But if you just trust me on this Wim Hof breathing process, you're learning how to control your autonomic nervous system. Then there's meditation, right? 5 to 10 minutes, man. And what you're doing here is you're just watching your thoughts go by. You're learning how to catch your thoughts. You're coming back to your breath. And I've explained this on podcasts before, but you just sit there, close your eyes and breathe. Thoughts are going to come into your mind and you'll just go, oh, wait, I'm doing it again. And then go right back to your breath. And this starts to teach you how to set your mind into seeing your thoughts before you act upon them. It's slowing down the stream of consciousness. And then finally, man, I just shocked the system, right? Cold water, ice bath, whatever. You're training your nervous system to regulate under pressure. You get in there and you set off all those impulses. And once you do, you gain control over your mind under your own fruition. And then finally, man, you grab that journal. Set a timer for, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you feel like you can take, and free write. Now, what free writing means is I'm not worried about punctuation. I'm not worried about spelling. I'm not worried about anything except whatever is coming into my mind, I'm letting it out. So it's stream of consciousness. But I would just write these prompts. Where am I really? And write a few sentences. How did I get here? And write a few sentences. And then finally, how will I love myself enough to stay on the path of sobriety? Write a few sentences. If you start your day like this every single day, you start to discipline yourself like you're training for war, because that's what this is, my dude. These tools will keep you sober if you'll use them. Day after day, week after week, practice, practice, practice. And next thing you know, man, you'll get stronger. Your brain will start to reset. You'll leave that life of destruction behind and you'll walk toward honesty and integrity and self-love. Now, listen, I do this every episode because I love it. Imagine what the world would look like if men everywhere said, today, I'm going to wake up and practice, right? Like golf, fishing, fly fishing, football, you name it, playing an instrument, whatever. I'm going to practice being a man of honesty, curiosity, and self-love. Just dream with me, man. You're part of a revolution, a new way of being in the world. You are a part of sacred grit. And dude, I am glad that you listen. All right. Today you learned recovery is built in the reps, not the big moments. Daily practices regulate your nervous system and reset your brain. And routine turns chaos into stability, one gritty step at a time. All right, my dude, thanks for listening. I appreciate you doing it. I know that you spend your time listening to these, and I hope that they're giving you some tools. I hope you'll start the journey, because this stuff has literally changed my life. Down in the show notes, you'll see the link to the website, thesacredgrit.com. There you can sign up for a retreat. Men's retreat coming up January 23rd through 25th. All manner of information there. You can book a consulting call. I would love to see if we fit with one another to do the work together, and all these things I talk about, I can coach you through that process, and my email's down there. Feel free to reach out via email. All right. You need to get to Griffin, Georgia and see my dude, Chuck Swenson. He is one of the finest human beings. Had dinner with Chuck last night. We met halfway in between our homes and we hung out. And he is the operator of Chick-fil-A Griffin. And it is one of the finest establishments Chick-fil-A has out there because he is good at what he does. I've not met anybody, or, it's not like I've been all over I have been all over the world, but it's not like I've been to all the Chick-fil-A's all over the world. But most of them I've ever met, they've heard of Chuck Swenson because he is that good at his job. So I hope you would go by Chick-fil-A Griffin and hang out with my man Chuck Swenson, mention my name and tell him Jason said for me to come by here, and maybe he'll hook you up with a chicken sandwich. All right, my dude, have a great week, and I will see you on Sacred Sunday.